Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got 6 most disturbing cases solved by CCTV. Let's check this out. Alright. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Echoes call from hollow halls, a voice that creeps and softly crawls. Time stands still, the air is
Creepy ass song.
CCTV, closed circuit television, a video system designed to transmit and store surveillance footage. But sometimes, it's the only thing preventing a criminal from walking free and providing the much needed closure for family members of victims. From the Tinder date that turned into the scene of a heinous crime, to a partner who committed the most sickening crime known to man, these are the 6 most disturbing cases solved through CCTV.
Alright, let's lock in.
Grace
chat.
Emmy Rose Mullane was born on December 2, 1996, in Wickford, Essex, in the UK. She would have been 22 in December 2018, but something unfortunate happened that changed the entire trajectory of the young, promising woman. Grace had her life right in front of her. She was the youngest child of her parents, David and Gillian Mullane. Grace was friendly and extroverted, with a love for music and hockey. She had just graduated with a degree in advertising and marketing from the University of Lincoln. Before she jumped into the career thing, she wanted to go see the world a bit, and took a gap year. On October 26, 2018, Grace departed for Peru from Heathrow Airport. After a few weeks in South America, she traveled to New Zealand, arriving on November 20. Grace stayed in the North Island to enjoy the view and everything it has to offer. She reached Auckland 10 days later. Her birthday was 2 days away, and she wanted to have as much fun as possible. So she launched the Tinder app and began swiping. After a while, she matched.
God, please no. Please no, please no, please no. Nothing ever good comes from Tinder. I'm sorry, bro. Like, you'll never see me on Tinder a day in my life, bro. It's too many weirdos on that
with
app.
a man, and the two arranged to meet on
I've
December
heard
1.
way too many stories
The
of
next day,
niggas getting killed by
birthday
their Tinder
messages
dates.
arrived from friends and relatives.
Hell no.
Strangely, none of them got a reply, so they started calling her 2 phones, but neither would connect. Her social media accounts had also not had any activity. Grace's family knew this wasn't normal. They reported her missing on December 5, and her father traveled to Auckland 2 days later. The police began an investigation, concentrating their efforts on CCTV camera footage. Fortunately, the city is well covered with cameras. The first camera from her hostel showed her leaving, but did not show her returning. So they followed her movements until she arrived at Sky City, an entertainment complex and casino hotel situated a few blocks away. By 5:45 p.m., she was seen meeting the man she matched with on Tinder.
Wait a minute. I think I actually remember this story, if I'm not mistaken.
The two hung around at Sky City before visiting a nearby Mexican restaurant. They went to the Bluestone Room for a few drinks.
If this is the story I think it is, I think this dude ended up killing her and stuffing her body in like a suitcase or some shit.
At 9:40.
I think so, because I think I remember hearing about this like a long time ago. Shit, this way you don't use Tinder, bruh. If we keep it at a stack, nigga, if you want to find somebody to date, bro, just use Instagram. Real shit. Like, simple as that, bro. Not Snapchat, not Tinder, not Hinge. Use IG, bro. That's the easiest way to bag girls nowadays. Snapchat be having a lot of weirdos too. Let me keep it a bug.
The destination was the City Life Hotel, where the man was staying. It was the last time Grace was seen. The police started looking for the man she was with.
Yep,
He is 26-year-old Jesse
story.
Kempson,
I remember this.
a notorious man from Wellington.
Yeah, this was weird as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and that's crazy though. Like, the first time that she met up with dude from Tinder, you want to go and get a hotel with bro? First night? Gosh, bro. First night is crazy. You don't know if this nigga a serial killer or what.
Jesse used to work as a laborer and bartender. He lived briefly in Australia and secured a phone sales job upon his return to New Zealand. He was fired on December 1, 2018. People who knew Jesse said he lied frequently, which was the reason he was fired from his last job. When he was interrogated, he claimed to have had a good evening before ending the date with a hug.
Look at this nigga making shit obvious.
When he was interrogated, he claimed to have had.
How the fuck you look at the camera like that, bruh? That's like, this is how you can tell that somebody's guilty. Like, what? Like, come on, gang. Like, who just randomly gets into an elevator and then look up at the camera? Let's keep it a buck.
A good evening
bruh.
before ending the date with a hug and a kiss on the cheek. Surveillance footage showed that this was not the case. After they were captured in an elevator going to Jesse's apartment floor, Grace was never seen again. Jesse, on the other hand, was captured leaving and going back several times before his arrest.
Girl, look at this goofy, bruh.
On December 2nd, Jesse was seen buying a suitcase. He purchased cleaning products and returned everything to his apartment.
Oh, man, like, bro, like, this how you could tell he was new at this shit too, cause like, it's crazy. As soon as she went missing, you know what I'm saying? That he was the last person that was seen with her. Oh, now automatically you want to go get cleaning products? Like, come on, bro. Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. Bro, act like they weren't gonna find out. Like, come on, gang. Is he?
Next, he visited a car.
Is this nigga wearing no socks with his shoes? Oh yeah. We should have known what type of dude he was. If you wearing no socks with your shoes, bro, you're a menace. Like, real spill, gang. You are not to be trusted. Not gonna lie.
At 4 p.m., he met another woman for a date. The date didn't last long because Jesse kept bringing up strange topics. Jesse talked about having friends looking for a body.
Oh, this
and
nigga think he
ways
Ted
to keep
Bundy.
them from finding it.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing this part of the story. I just remember, you know, seeing the part that he killed her. I ain't know bro went on another date after that. Damn, she got some legs on her.
Jesse returned to the hotel after the date. He brought a carpet cleaner and returned with suitcases on the hotel luggage cart. He placed the suitcases in his rented car.
Hey, she don't even know, bro. She don't even know if she in the same elevator as a murderer, bro. Like, look at this dude, man.
The next day, he bought a shovel and drove off in the car. When he got back, he washed the car, visited the dry cleaner, and dumped some items.
What's in the bag?
On December 5th, he was seen moving around with a bag and dumping other items.
Why that nigga got these tight ass jeans on, bro? This nigga got ball huggers on. Like, what the fuck?
That day, the police went to the apartment building to look for Jesse. He tried to turn back on seeing the officers, but he was taken in for questioning. At his apartment, the police found bloodstains. During the second interview, Jesse told the interrogators another story. He admitted that they went to his apartment and had sex. He said Grace asked to be choked. He fell asleep in the shower and found her dead when he woke up.
Huh?
The police went through Jesse's phone. Records showed that he operated the phone within the time he claimed to have slept. Around 1 a.m., he researched the Huateca mountain ranges. He Googled other things, including Grace's name, to see what the news was reporting. The authorities traced his phone records until they got to the place where Grace's body was buried. He subsequently confessed to killing her. Jesse tied Grace's hands at the apartment and strangled her till she died. He forced her body into the suitcase and transported her to where she was buried.
R.P.
Jesse
Grace,
pleaded
bro.
not guilty. During his trial,
Look at this weird ass nigga, bro. Like, you can tell this nigga crazy. Bro, is his right ear bigger than his left ear? What the fuck? Hey, bro, nigga, I ain't gonna lie. If my ears was like that, I'd be mad too. I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. But like, gang, like, come on, bro. Like, you can't be just out here killing innocent girls, bro. In GTA. Like, come on, gang.
the defense said he panicked,
What are you
claiming it was an
doing?
accident. If that were true, Jesse would have called emergency services.
Facts.
Instead, he went through the hard and disgusting task of concealing her body. He was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison,
Good.
with a minimum of 17 years.
Yeah, Big Tyrone gonna take his butt in
Before
jail,
we go
bro.
any further, I just want to ask you for a small favor. If you're enjoying the video so far, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. We are pushing to hit 200,000
Come on, gang.
and achieve it together. Wasting more time. Was a
200K.
twin born in Indonesia. Audio. Myrna was a twin born in Indonesia on March 30th, 1988. Her twin sister is named Sandy. When an opportunity to study in Australia presented itself, Myrna jumped at it. She enrolled at Billy Blue Design College in Sydney, where she met 4 other individuals from her home country: Hani Boone, Jessica Wongso, Vera Russley, Arif Somarko, and Myrna Salihin became very good friends. They remained close until the end of their time in school. Myrna, Hani, and Arif returned to Indonesia, while Jessica stayed in Australia and became a permanent resident. In 2014, Myrna met Jessica again when she visited Australia. Soon the two were catching up and remembering old times. But something was off. The 3 years they've spent apart seemed to have changed something in them. The arguments soon started. While at a restaurant, Jessica revealed that her boyfriend was struggling financially. He was also abusive and involved in drugs. Myrna advised her to break up with him. Jennifer did not take the suggestion kindly. She stormed out of the restaurant and Myrna had to settle the bills.
Always wait till it's too
It
late,
marked
bro.
the end of their friendship, and Myrna eventually returned to Indonesia.
Like,
While
I don't
Jessica was
understand why females be staying with niggas that be beating on them. Like, you must like to be beat, huh? For you to stay with it, like, and that they'll give them like multiple chances to. They'll be with them for like 5+ years, continue to get beat on by them. Like, you must got a kink for that shit or something, cause like ain't no
not
fucking
fine.
way, bro.
She struggled with
If
depression.
I'm with a
and
girl
attempted
and
to
she
end it a couple
abusing
of
me,
times.
oh, I'm
She
gone.
also ended up in the hospital bed
I'm
5
gone,
times.
bruh.
Without the right help by
Yeah,
her
that
side,
I'ma race her
Jessica's
shit.
condition continued to deteriorate. In 2015,
Like,
she
bruh,
turned
ain't no
towards
way I'm finna be
alcohol
taking no abuse,
and
man.
eventually got into an
Hell
accident
no.
after driving under the influence. Thankfully, she survived and was able to prevent further harm to others. However, Jessica sustained a serious injury and was fined for causing the crash. She made a full recovery but lost her job 4 months after the crash.
Dang.
Myrna, on the other hand, was doing very well with her life. Her relationship with her boyfriend Arif Somarko got better, and they got married in November 2015. The ceremony was held in Bali, with family and friends in attendance. Notable among the absences was Jessica Wongso. She was not informed, and this did not sit well with her. Despite the altercation between them, Jessica thought she deserved an invitation since she was once best friends with Myrna. She decided to travel back home to Indonesia. Perhaps a change of environment could prove helpful. It was also an opportunity to mend her relationship with friends, such as Myrna. When she arrived in Jakarta, she contacted Myrna and requested a meeting. Myrna thought this peace offering was suspicious and informed her husband Arif Somarko. Arif suggested going to the coffee date with a mutual friend, Hani Boone. The agreement was for the three to meet on January 6, 2016. The time was 5 p.m., and the venue was the Olivier restaurant, located on the ground floor of a shopping mall in the heart of Jakarta. Despite offering to buy their own drink, Jessica insisted on buying for her two friends. The three shared a WhatsApp group where Myrna expressed her love for Vietnamese iced coffee. Jessica arrived at the restaurant around 3:30 p.m., more than 1 hour before their meeting time. She reserved a place in the no-smoking area, but something else was going on. The CCTV footage captured Jessica looking around and acting strangely. After scouting the restaurant, she proceeded to a shop on the first floor of the West Mall. She ordered 3 soaps and instructed the sales attendant to pack each one in a separate bag. She returned to the restaurant at 4:15 p.m., placed the bags on the table, and went to the bar to order drinks for herself and her friends. She ordered 2 cocktails, a Sazerac and an old-fashioned, as well as the Vietnamese iced coffee. Jessica continued to observe the restaurant suspiciously. She looked at the walls and ceilings, as if she were looking for something. 45 minutes before her friend's arrival, Jessica had already placed the drinks behind the 3 bags that blocked the view of the camera. She had declined many other tables to choose table 54, which was situated in a private area of the restaurant facing the wall. The CCTV footage could pick up what she did with the drinks, but she could be seen moving them. Myrna and Hani arrived at 5:16 p.m.
She
The
spiked
3
that
greeted
shit?
each other, and Myrna took a sip from her coffee. She complained that the taste wasn't right and grew agitated immediately. Myrna asked her friends to taste the coffee, but they declined.
Good.
Within a minute, the situation had taken a more disturbing turn. Myrna was visibly agitated. She started to cough and fainted. Everyone rallied to help her as Hani and Jessica watched on in horror. But Jessica was more worried about pinning the blame on someone. She accused the restaurant of putting something in her friend's drink. Sadly, Myrna passed away before they reached the hospital a mile away.
R.I.P.
The police began an investigation. They reached out to the restaurant staff, who mentioned that they had served 9 other Vietnamese iced coffees to other customers that day, without any issue. Analysis of the drink showed that it contains cyanide, a poisonous substance that disrupts body cells and causes death within minutes.
Hell, nigga, how the fuck she get her hands on that?
A poisonous substance that disrupts body cells and causes death within minutes. The same was found in Myrna's system. All eyes turned towards Jessica. She had ordered the drink 45 minutes before her friends arrived, blocking the view of everyone and the CCTV.
How the fuck she get her hands on that, bruh?
She was also the first to accuse others of tampering with the drink before such suspicions were raised at all. Coincidence? The police did not think so. They arrested Jessica on January 30, 2016. Testimonies from Jessica's former co-workers and ex-boyfriend, as well as her history with the Australian police, further implicated her. She was found guilty of killing Myrna in October 2016 and was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
Run that back?
Myrna in October 2016 and was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
Nigga, she only got 20 years for that? Oh, hell nah. I ain't gonna. I'm gonna need them to bump that up. Shit, at least 50. At least, bruh. At least. 20 is not enough, bruh.
It was Mother's Day,
Hell
May
no.
9, 2021. The Bailey family had no idea that their world was about to be turned upside down.
Oh, boy,
They were
what's
having their
gonna
early
happen?
morning routine in preparation for Mother's Day when Stacey Bailey noticed that her 13-year-old daughter was nowhere in sight. She thought Tristan had overslept and sent one of her siblings to her room to wake her up.
Wait. Didn't I do a video on this?
She thought Tristan had overslept and sent one of her siblings to her room to
If
wake
I'm not mistaken, I think she...
her up. Shockingly, Tristan was not there. After calling out her name around the house and asking the others if they had seen her, It became clear that they had to look for the middle schooler. Stacy reported her daughter missing to the police, and the search soon began. The entire community was out forming search parties. Police officers were quick to
I think I
respond,
might have done like a
and news
separate video
channels had started
on
reporting
this
on the
certain
case.
case right here.
Tristan Tyne Bailey was the youngest of 5 children of Forrest and Stacy Bailey. She was born in Singapore on January 18, 2018. She was described as an energetic individual who consistently supported her friends whenever possible. According to her mother, Tristan was just a powerful child that was able to give a lot to so many. She attended Patriot Oaks Academy and was a member of the cheerleading team. Tristan grew up in St. Johns County, Florida. The community had always been peaceful. The families were tight-knit, and they had not had many needs for a police officer's visit. So when news started going around that a girl had gone missing, everyone was on high alert, ready to help. Police officers started interrogating Tristan's family and friends. One name kept coming up throughout the interview.
I do remember this. This weird ass nigga right here. Yeah, I remember this shit.
A male schoolmate of Tristan had bragged to friends that he was going to kill someone and drag them into the woods. 1 month before Tristan went missing, the same boy announced that he was going to do it in a month. They said he always carried 2 blades with him, going so far as to name them. His own name was Aiden Fucci. One of those questioned by the police was Fucci's friend Abshir. He stated that Fucci had approached him for Tristan's phone number. A day before she went missing, Fucci called her and talked her into hanging out at a friend's place. They went to Abshir's home in the early hours of the day and left together. When the police asked Fucci what happened, he confirmed being at Abshir's house with Tristan and leaving around 1:10 a.m. Then, he told them that he walked with Tristan for a while, along North Durban Parkway, before the two went their separate ways. He stated that he arrived home at 3:30 a.m., more than 2 hours after they departed from his friend's house. The distance between the two houses was only 30 minutes on foot. Why did Fucci need an extra 1 hour and 30 minutes? And where had he been? Fucci said he needed to clear his head, and walked around for a while. His answers were not convincing, but the police needed more evidence to make an arrest. Fucci was placed in the back of a police vehicle waiting for transportation. That was when he brought out his phone and logged into social media. He took several photos of himself and posted them on social media. Hey guys, has anybody seen Tristan lately? He also posted a video in which he commented about Tristan.
In a fucking cop car.
Look at these cornballs, bruh.
Yep. Tristan,
Y'all niggas is corny as hell for that.
And walk out the damn.
When you see this in a month.
Meanwhile, police officers began reviewing surveillance footage from the area.
Them right there?
At 1:45 that morning, a CCTV camera picked up Tristan and Fucci walking together on Saddlestone Drive. Some minutes later, Fucci was captured by the same camera running in the opposite direction. Tristan was not seen this time, and Fucci held onto his pair of white shoes.
What the fuck?
Fucci was interrogated again, but this time his story changed. He claimed to have been angered when Tristan tried to touch his private parts. Fucci said he pushed the girl away.
We know you got, bruh. Yeah. Now, let me tell you how I think it really went. He tried to touch her, and she said no, so he like, fuck it, let me kill her in GTA. You know what I'm saying?
Fucci was interrogated again, but this time his story changed. He claimed to have been angered when Tristan tried to touch his private parts. Fucci said he pushed the girl away, making her fall and hit her head on something. In the evening that day, a resident who was going for a jog decided to switch their path for the day. On reaching a retention pond in the south of Jacksonville, he saw a deceased body that was confirmed as Tristan Bailey. 2 hours later, police combed through the pond and found the lower part of a knife. The blade was missing, and it would later be discovered in Tristan's head. Forensic analysis revealed more horrifying news. It showed that Tristan had been stabbed 114 times. Apparently, it would have been more than that if the blade had not been lodged in her scalp. 49 of her wounds were classified as defensive,
I forgot he did do that.
Which meant that they were the result of a struggle with the assailant.
114
the word karma
times
and a smiley face were inscribed on separate ankles. When police searched through Fucci's room, they found a sheath that matched the murder weapon. Unsurprisingly, it was the same knife that had been
I'm
seen
like,
with
bro,
Fucci.
how much do you have to hate somebody to stab somebody that many times, bro? 114 times? Like,
They
bro,
also
come
found
on.
blood-stained clothing. Some of the clothing had been washed by Fucci's mother, Crystal Smith, after he was invited by the police. She could also be heard telling her son to stick to his story. Fucci was arrested on
So
May
the mom
10 and charged
encouraging
with
this?
second-degree murder, which was later upgraded to first-degree 15 days later.
Yep. Lock her up too. Lock her up too. Yep. I can see the look in her eyes, bro. She don't give a fuck. Lock her up too,
His
bro.
mother was also arrested for tampering with evidence and was sentenced to 30 days in jail. During one of the
Only 30
pretrial
days? Nah,
hearings,
give her more than
Aiden
that.
Fucci could be seen acting strangely as he joined the hearing via Zoom.
That
He
nigga
looked
got
dazed,
titties.
constantly looking all around the room and rocking his chair. He also mumbled some words, including, "Demon's taking my soul away. Where am I? What's going on?"
Not slick, bro. He trying to play that. Oh, I'm a psycho card. No, bro. You not getting out of this. Let's keep it a buck. You not getting out of this game. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, they always try to play the crazy card, the mentally insane card, bro. So they can get time off. You know what I'm saying? You still getting locked up, bro. Ain't shit crazy about you, bro. You're a weirdo. I'll tell you that. You're a weirdo, but there's nothing psychotic about you, bro. Like, bro, mentally, something is wrong with him, though. You know what I'm saying? For you to stab somebody 114 times.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
On February 6, 2023, Fucci pleaded guilty to first-degree murder. He admitted to the killing and apologized to Tristan's family. He was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum term of 25 years.
Should have gave his ass
Matthew
life.
Trussler was born on January 11, 1994. He grew up in Massachusetts, and those who were close to him described Matthew as a hard-working individual who didn't miss the opportunities to have fun. He loved animals and was close to his family. After graduating from Westfield State University, he joined an Italian restaurant where he received promotions until he became the general manager. Matthew was doing fine, but he wanted more. In 2015, he moved to Tampa Bay, Florida, to live with his brother Sean. He was a smart guy, so it wasn't difficult to land more lucrative jobs in the Sunshine State. First, he worked with a technology company before moving to a new position with a residential insulation company. In 2017, Matthew met a woman named Melissa Turner. The two were deeply in love with each other and were excelling in their respective jobs. Melissa had a past. She was a video content creator, but it's not necessarily the kind of videos you can open at work. She was a cam girl, but that was not how she started. You see, Melissa had a somewhat challenging upbringing, mainly due to her physical appearance. By the end of 2018, Melissa and Matthew had been so comfortable with each other that Matthew appeared in some of her videos. They flaunted their relationship online to the envy of Melissa's former boyfriend, who threatened Matthew with a gun. What Sin did not know was that the union was not as rosy as it appeared on social media. In September 2018, Melissa said the relationship with her boyfriend was excellent, adding that, "I'm still as happy a year and a half in as I was at the beginning." On his next birthday, Matthew went on Facebook to post the following: "Quarter century later, I've got a mortgage, a pup, 4 fur babies, and a wonderful girl. I'm a happy man. I also realize I'm getting older because instead of sleeping in, my ass woke up at 6:30 without an alarm." Behind this sweet online romance was a couple that argued frequently. The couple bought a 4-bedroom house in Riverview, Florida. Their neighbors recount how they often shouted at each other. The relationship had become toxic, but they managed to keep everything under wraps. That was until September 23, 2019, when he posted a cryptic message on Facebook: "Don't be a fool and blame others. Fight your own war." His relationship status also changed to single. On the morning of October 18, 2019, a 911 call was made. It was from Melissa Turner. She told the operator that her boyfriend Matthew Trussler was not responding.
911, what is your emergency?
911.
Did she kill him?
My boyfriend, he was outside this morning. He was cold. He was just drinking. He's cold.
Did she kill him?
Hello?
I need paramedic.
Melissa found him in their back garden, with no knowledge of what had happened to him. Despite the efforts of paramedics who rushed to the scene, Matthew could not be revived. He was pronounced dead at the scene.
Damn, R.I.P.
It was apparent that Matthew was the victim of a vicious attack, and it had taken a
Oh,
while
was it
before he was
her
discovered
ex?
by his girlfriend. Matthew was found with several wounds on his back, as well as defensive wounds on his arms. Melissa claimed she had found him in the garden, but when she was taken to the station for questioning, she changed her story. Melissa said Matthew returned home in the early hours of the morning. He was drunk and began assaulting Melissa. Then, he reached for the kitchen knife and attempted to attack her with the object, but she struggled with him, resulting in an injury to her hand. She said she stabbed him in the back after he began to strangle her. According to Melissa, it was a case of self-defense. Her narration was inconsistent with the evidence presented to the officers. They also discovered that a neighbor had a camera close to Matthew and Melissa's house. While their fence prevented the camera from filming what had happened, it picked up the audio from the house. Between 4:32 and 4:45 a.m., several noises were heard from their altercation. The police heard glass breaking. Melissa was heard several times saying, "I hate you" and "F you." At 4:45 a.m., Melissa shouted, "No. And what did I do?" Matthew's smartwatch told the same story, and it showed that his heartbeat stopped around the same time. It was clear that Melissa was responsible, but investigators still had to determine if it was self-defense. The fact that Melissa waited for 4 hours before calling the police did not help her case. The defensive wounds on Matthew's hands and the CCTV recording also suggested that Melissa was lying. The jury found Melissa guilty of second-degree murder of Matthew, and she was sentenced to 20 years and 6 months in prison.
Wait, what?
Murder of Matthew, and she was sentenced to 20 years and 6 months in
20 years
prison.
not enough, in my opinion. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't, like, bro, like doing like cold-blooded murder, bro. They need to start giving more years for that, bro. Enough of this 20-year shit. You do the crime, you gotta do the time, bro. Like, we gotta start giving more years for that. I'm
Caroline
not gonna lie.
Crouch was born in Athens, Greece, on July 12, 2001. Her father was David Crouch, a retired British engineer, while her mother was Susan Dela Cuesta from the Philippines. The whole family moved to the island of Alanisos when Caroline was 8. At the age of 15, she met a 29-year-old man named Babis Anagnostopoulos. At the age of 15, she met a 29-year-old man named Babis.
One more time? 'Cause I'm trying to make sure I heard that shit right.
Caroline was 8. At the age of 15, she met a 29-year-old man named Babis Anagnostopoulos. He worked as a commercial helicopter pilot, while Caroline studied statistics at the University of Paris. The two married in 2019 while on holiday in Portugal.
Excuse me, bro?
The whole family moved to the island of Alanisos when Caroline was 8. At the age of 15, she met a 29-year-old man named Babis Anagnostopoulos. He worked as a commercial helicopter pilot, while Caroline studied statistics at the University of Paris. The two married in 2019 while on holiday in Portugal. They moved to a 2-story building in...
Now, obviously she had to be 18 when they got married. So you telling me this nigga groomed her? There's no way. There's no way. I gotta be hearing this shit wrong. There's no way, bro.
Glicanera, a suburb of Athens. The couple lived together with their 11-month-old daughter, a dog, and 4 cats. Babis loved riding bikes while Caroline enjoyed kickboxing. They seemed like a lovely family, but things soon took a turn for the worse. On May 11, 2021, Babis called emergency services to report a robbery gone wrong.
¿Para qué habló? ¿Para qué habló?
The police arrived to find Babis tied to a chair. Caroline was found lifeless on the bed with her daughter Lydia, close by. Babis informed them that 4 men broke into their home through the cellar window. They tortured, blindfolded, and tied Babis to a chair. Caroline was also tortured, but she tried to struggle with the men who killed her as a result. Babis and Caroline had kept some cash at home because they were...
Y'all think he set the hit up?
were planning to buy some land for their dream house. The robbers made off with all the money and a substantial amount of jewelry. They also killed the family dog, Roxy. Babis managed to
What?
crawl
The
his
dog
way
too?
until he got to the phone to call the police. He told them the assailant spoke broken Greek. They quickly got to work in search of the perpetrators, announcing a reward of 300,000 euros. The
Damn.
first suspect was captured after a week. A 43-year-old man from Georgia was arrested, attempting to enter Bulgaria with a fake passport. He was alleged to have carried out a similar burglary alongside 4 others at a house that's close to Caroline's place. However, there was no murder in this case. The police also announced that they were looking for an Albanian man. Despite days of interrogation, the arrested men did not seem to know anything about the murder. The police knew they had to look elsewhere. So they turned towards the CCTV camera at Babis and Caroline's house. Strangely, it was not active on the day of the incident. Around 1 a.m. that day, the CCTV captured Babis with their daughter. However, hours before the attack, the memory card had been removed. This information about the CCTV suggested foul play. Also, forensic analysis did not uncover anything at the house or from Caroline. The police became suspicious. So they dug deeper and found Caroline's diary. The diary revealed that the couple had been having problems in their marriage. They were no longer sleeping together, and Caroline was planning to leave. The entry on December 31, 2019 read, "I argued with Babis again, this time a lot. I hit him, I cursed him, and he broke the door. The only
Damn.
thing I wanted was for him to ask if I was well when I woke up. I am thinking about leaving, going to my sister. I don't know if I can continue with Babis. I love him so much that I can't leave him even if this relationship is harming me." When police dug deeper, they found more incriminating evidence against Babis. The couple had been fighting over who would have custody of their child. On the day of the incident, Caroline's smartwatch showed that she had been sleeping at around 4 a.m. Her pulse spiked shortly after and went completely flat. It was 20 minutes before the time Babis mentioned to the police. The analysis of Babis's phone showed that he was operating it and walking around the house throughout the time he claimed to have been tied up. He killed his wife and their dog, staged the scene, and called the police 2 hours later. 1 month after her death, Caroline's husband and her family were at her memorial when the police showed up. They told Babis he was under arrest and took him away. During
What
interrogation,
the
he
fuck?
confessed to the police that their argument became physical. He said he snapped after Caroline pushed and punched him, so he smothered Caroline with a pillow for 5 minutes. He was charged with murder, animal abuse, false reporting, and false testimony. He was found guilty of all the charges and was sentenced to life in prison with additional sentences for the other offenses.
R.I.P. man. Yo, niggas
Cash
real
and his
deal
brother
just be
Carter were the twin
weird,
sons
bruh.
of father Trevor Gernon and mother Melinda Seagroves. They were born in Houston, Texas, on September 12, 2016. The whole family lived in Houston for a while, before the twins moved to
Excuse me.
Dallas, Texas, with their dad. Cash
Can't
and
really get
Carter
much
loved
sleep,
video
so.
games and superheroes like most kids their age. After the parents' breakup, the father had full custody of the twins. Their father began dating a new girlfriend, Monica Sherrod, who subsequently moved in with them. The 35-year-old was a single mother of 4, trusted by Trevor to take care of the boys. That's because Trevor was getting in trouble with the authorities. In 2018, he was jailed for 68 days, punishment for assaulting his father after an argument broke out regarding a credit card transaction.
Damn.
In November 2020, he was caught in possession of drugs. The indictment for this offense was issued in March of the following year. But Trevor did not want to submit to the authorities. He was absent in court on the scheduled date, resulting in the forfeiture of his $10,000 bond and the issuance of an arrest warrant. Instead of reporting himself at the station, Trevor decided to flee to Houston, leaving his twins with his girlfriend Monica. 4-year-old Cash and Carter were now leaving with Monica and her 4 children: Cameron, 18, Emily, 16, Matthew, 15, and Landon, 14. The
Damn.
house was a 6-bedroom home, so there was space for everyone. On May 15, 2021, the unthinkable happened. The twins had been in their room till past 10 in the morning, and Monica said she assumed they were asleep. When she went to check up on them, Carter was the only one inside. He told his stepmother that Cash had stepped outside. Monica and her biological children searched the entire neighborhood while calling out to Cash, but he was nowhere to be found.
No.
With no luck in finding Cash, she called 911 to report Cash missing. Some hours before that, a neighbor in Antoine Square had come across a chilling scene on her early morning jogging route. It was the cold body of a little boy. She called the police, who informed Monica when she reported Cash missing, but it couldn't have been Cash. He had been inside sleeping all morning and only stepped out a while ago. Still, Monica needed to go confirm by herself. When she reached the police, it was the unfortunate news they all dreaded. Cash had been stabbed multiple times. Just as the police were about to swoop in for an investigation, one of Monica's children reminded everyone that they had CCTV cameras around the house. One of them was in the room where the twins slept. The footage showed a man walking into the room in the middle of the night. He stared at the boys for some minutes before picking up Cash from his cot.
I'm not gonna lie, nigga. That is scary as shit. I'ma keep it a buck. Bro, what?
He rushed outside the room with Cash.
Why though? For what reason? And how the fuck did he even get in the crib in the first place? Why is he just standing? Yo, this is so weird, bro.
The man returned to the room by 7:30 a.m. He looked at Carter for some minutes and was about to carry him off, but he heard a sound and ran outside. He continued looking back at Carter as he walked away. Thankfully, the police didn't have to search because Monica recognized him immediately.
It's a black nigga, ain't it?
He was 18-year-old Darian Brown, an acquaintance.
Oh my gosh, bro. Why it always gotta be my peoples, bro? Like doing the weirdest shit. Like real spill, bro. Come on, gang. Oh my gosh. Like what? Like he's like this nigga smirking and shit too, bro. And you ain't gonna be smirking when you gotta watch somebody draws in prison, my nigga. You gotta hold they pocket and everything wherever they walk. Nigga, they gonna love you up in there, boy. I'm telling you right now. Like they gonna love you in there.
Of one of Monica's children.
Bro got both his
Darian
ears
entered the
pierced
house
too.
through the garage and kicked the back door open. 2 days before the incident, Darian had been at the home when Monica wasn't around. She said she arrived home to see Darian interacting with the twins. She sent him out and warned Darian never to speak with them again. When the police arrived at Darian's house, his mom believed there had been a mix-up. However, the police found a pocket knife, an Adidas hoodie, black sneakers, and a blood-stained tissue at the house. The bloodstains on the items were confirmed to be Cash's. Darian was arrested with an ankle monitor from a prior offense still on him. After his arrest, more neighbors came forward to report his past offenses.
So he just can't stay
He
out
had
of trouble.
been captured on multiple other cameras, breaking into people's homes. He once tried to kidnap a 2-year-old, beating up the kid's grandfather in the process. So Darian was charged with capital murder, kidnapping, theft, burglary,
Hey, bro,
and
what's your obsession with kids, my nigga? Like, where you tried to kidnap a 2-year-old. You just killed a what? How old was the kid? I forgot. But you kill a little kid. Not like bro, you good? Like, are you mentally okay, bro? Because it don't look like it.
assault of an elderly person. His bond
And
was
it's
set
so
at
okay, bro.
$1.6
Yeah, lock that
million.
nigga up. Yeah, lock him up, bro, for life. Like, do not let bro out. Do not let bro out. See, this is why it's important to lock your cars at night. Yeah, cause some niggas try to do that shit to me too. What the fuck? Hey, bruh. See, that's why it's always important to have multiple cameras, man. Not just one. Have multiple cameras around your house. Shit like this will happen. That is fucking crazy. What the hell? How the hell you run like that?
Darren's mother and attorney claimed that he had mental health issues, and he mentioned
Like, can we stop this trend, bro? Like, I like no bullshit. Like on some serious shit. Can we stop this trend of whenever people get caught up doing the most weirdest, most heinous shit, stop pinning it on mental illness? Can we please stop doing that? Like, please, bro. Because they think just because they say that they're just gonna get off scot-free. No, bro. They don't, like, like, come on, again. That doesn't give you the right to do what he did. You being mental doesn't mean you should just go out and start killing little kids. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on.
hearing voices in his
Like,
head.
lock in.
Initial medical assessment revealed that he was mentally unfit to stand trial, but this changed after he underwent treatment for a few years. In October 2025, he pleaded guilty to killing Cash. After getting a plea deal that helped him avoid the capital murder charge, Darren was sentenced to life in prison.
Good. W.
Some pretty
W.
unsettling cases. And that one signals the end of this episode. We know you've enjoyed the episode.
God.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel as well.
It is
You'll
a
get
good
videos
video.
like this almost on a daily basis, and you really don't want to miss out. More videos will appear on your screen in approximately 3 seconds. That's a good place to start if you don't want to wait until the next video. I'll see you there, and I'm out.
Hey, man, this was a good ass video. I'm not gonna lie, man, from start to finish. But hey, man, shit, I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Y'all let me know what other scary videos I'm to react to. Without further ado,